So to start things off, it's kind of funny that I'm wearing a blue hoodie because my teeth might be a little bit blue if you can tell, because apparently blue Powerade does that. It's weird. Yeah, kind of looks funny. Anyway, so the Simon Necronomicon can be considered a ceremonial magic text. Let me grab my battered copy. Um, Over here. This is the original one that I carried with me and had all of my original notes on it before I had the hardcover, which mysteriously is somewhere in the house, and I'm not sure. Might be upstairs, might not be. Anyway, so in terms of ceremonial magic, right? In my other video, I talked about how ceremonial magic is celestial based, and this is very celestial based because it allows you to access the energies of the seven classical Chaldean planets, and then the the signs of the zodiac or the shiny herd, and then the realm beyond that. So there's that. Then, in terms of the amount of tools and different things that you need with ceremonial magic, where everything is based around the space that you are using with all of the tools and things to create that experience. Let me dive back into my manuscript here. So you got, in terms of tools and materials, deep breath, the Agamas Saratu, Agliophotis, the Amulet of Ur, the Aura as a bracelet, the Aura as a necklace, black robes, the brazier of calling. I don't know, I always mess that word up. Let's see, bread, censer and incense, a cord, the crown of Anu, the dagger of Inanna, frontlet of calling, girdle of calling, god and goddess statues, honey, incense, lamps. Let's see. The Agamas Saratu eventually turns into the Lost Bowl of the Sages. The Mandal of Calling, Olierbos, oil, pine resin, the Rock of Invocations. Skip that one. Salt, the different seals, silk to wrap the seals in, sweet water, the Sword of the Watcher, the Wand of Lapis Lazuli, and wax are among a lot of the tools and materials that the Necronomicon calls for in all of its workings. Yeah, I made a complete list. I do have a video on that in my Simon Necronomicon playlist, which I think I'm going to put this one into both the ceremonial playlist and the Simon Necronomicon playlist, so you can find it in either. Anywho, so along with that, let's see, in terms of other ceremonial magic kind of like guidelines, I guess you could say, we're talking timing. So the preliminary invocation of the Watcher and all the other invocations of the Watcher are to be done on a full moon. All the gate walkings are supposed to be done on a full moon, except for Ganzir, but that's a little special. Got several videos on that. The walkings of the shiny herd, those are done as the zodiac signs change. Even the consecration of the Amulet of Ur, which me and my buddy at the Black Tower talked about on his channel, check it out, in one of our interviews, there's a very specific way of consecrating that. In terms of the Maklu text, you have summoning your Watcher to do your bidding and stuff, and there's tools like the wax dolls or a cord to burn it. Even in the Book of Calling, with the things that are centered around Inanna, like winning the love of a woman and other stuff, there are specific materials for that. Like the winning the love of a woman thing has to do with an apple and I think a cord or some piece of twine, something like that. Can't remember. And the book's going to fall apart if I open it, right? So I'm not going to go digging. I'm not going to let you guys sit here while I'm going na 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 na. Even with the 50 names of Marduk, we're talking very specific things. The 2 candles, and that's just it. 2 candles. How many times do I got to go over that? Even with with a lot of the spell work and stuff, you're supposed to have a statue of Marduk. After you invoke your personal god and goddess, any statues or visages of them are supposed to be put away, and then Marduk's statue, or whatever representation you have for him, is supposed to come out. Even the idea that the magic is supposed to be centered around someone's will and their desire to change something within or without of themselves. That is the main focus of the Simon Necronomicon. I keep telling people it is a self-transformative text that you follow Inanna's footsteps to shed your old junk and to grow the positivity that you want and all of the things that you want to improve and the things that you want to keep and the crap you don't, you destroy. So it's focused on yourself and communing with the Zonai and the Azanai and other spirits for self-discovery, information, and transformation. So that is why, in a nutshell, that's a phrase I always use, why the Simon Necronomicon is a ceremonial magic text. Let me know what you think down in the comments. You can find all of my social media links and stuff at the end of this video with the little thing that I have, along with my other playlists and whatnot, including my email, Instagram, Facebook. I just started a Teespring thing. I'm going to get onto that info probably a little bit later because I'm still running some experiments. And I do have a Patreon. So you guys can find all of that stuff either down in the link below, or you can look me up, Magickology on Patreon and stuff, and even Magickology on Teespring, which I only have one thing up right now. So a little bit of updates, a little bit of how the Simon Necronomicon is a ceremonial magic text, and a little bit of a blue tint. Good hunting.